Hold on, let me see. What am I doing? Okay, we're live. I think so. I think we're live. I'm just gonna wait for you guys to come in. There's 2 people here in the media room, so if there's people, they're probably gonna think I'm crazy and talking to myself, but hold up. Let me see if I can switch the camera. It's dead in here. It's like empty. But I just finished my write-up, so if you are not lazy and you want to read something, you guys should definitely go in and read my write-up on tonight's fight. We were watching the Wilder Ortiz fight on my iPad, so I'm glad I brought my iPad because it came in clutch. We were watching the fights. Did you like the fight? Which fight? Right now I'm here at Fantasy Springs. I covered Cancio versus Alvarado, but I was watching Ortiz. I love both fights. Well, Wilder versus Ortiz seemed like it was a little too slow. Sometimes, like, they were very cautious early on, and I expected Ortiz to be cautious like that because, you know, he got knocked the fuck out the first time. But Wilder was very, very cautious, basically just waiting on that right hand to land, and boy, did it land. And it was kind of a short distance. Short distance. It was like a short little right hand, right? Mexicans don't read. Well, I'm Mexican and I read, but I get it. People, you know, it's the digital era. Nobody wants to read anymore. I get it. But videos are so hard for me. Like, I get too nervous. If I'm just talking to a fighter and interviewing a fighter with like the voice thing, no big deal. It's like I'm just having a conversation with them. But if I'm like sitting down next to them and it's like being recorded for some reason, I freak out. But yeah, how did you guys like the fight, the Wilder versus Ortiz fight? Again, I was watching it in the iPad, but the Cancio Alvarado fight was so fucking good that it was hard to look away. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know where the fuck I was looking at. But I noticed that I wasn't really missing much. I saw Ortiz kind of stagger Wilder like a couple times, like stun him a little bit, but it wasn't anything like crazy. Wilder was playing with Ortiz. God. Ortiz probably 44-year-olds. Glad for Wilder though. I was nervous. To me, Wilder looks slow, but Wilder... See, that's the thing, though. You can criticize Wilder so much. You can say so many things about him because up to, you know, the knockdown, he was not doing shit. He wasn't landing anything of significance, really. So it's like, yeah, we can all sit here and say, you know, what was he doing? Nothing. He wasn't like cutting off the ring. He wasn't finding openings. And it's true what he says. He always says, I just need to be perfect for 2 seconds. You need to be perfect the whole fight for me not to catch you. I only had to be perfect for 2 seconds. And it's true because besides Fury, no one else got up from that. And I don't think if he hits Ruiz or who else? Joshua like that, I don't think they get up. He can be Fury with technique. Well, what technique? I thought it was a myth, but that one punch needs to be the real. Yes, Mexican decide. I used to say that too. I was like, eventually someone's going to outbox Wilder, and we saw it with Fury. You know, Fury has an awkward style. He's tall and lengthy, and he moves really weird. So I was like, this is it. Fury finally cracked the code with Wilder, and he's going to win. And the only reason, I mean, he got up, but other than that, it is still proved that when he catches you the aside. He catches you, and that's it. So it's like, how much of a great boxer do you have to be when he's still gonna catch you? It's not a matter of if he catches you, it's a matter of when he catches you. So you can be the best motherfucking boxer in the world, but if you can't take that, it's gonna have to be someone who has a good chin that can take Wilder. And who besides Fury? Fury already got knocked the fuck down. I thought he was out, but who else is gonna take that? You know, Wilder with Joshua already proved to be kind of chinny. You know, like he's been down with Klitschko. He was down with, or with Ruiz. Obviously, he was hurt by Povetkin. So we've seen that he's kind of chinny already. Anthony Joshua. Now Ruiz has been down only with Joshua, but again, got up and did what he did. Shout out to my king, Mexican king. But will he get up with Wilder like that? Probably not. So, you know, it's just depends on who can take Wilder's punches. And at this point, I don't see anybody in the heavyweight landscape that could. Okay, Ortiz is nothing without the juice. See, it's crazy because Ortiz has been caught twice, right? Twice with banned substances, which he claimed was for his pressure, blood pressure medicine. And it's like, that's cool. I think Hardy, right? Heather Hardy, is that her name, Heather? She said something about that too, that she was found with banned substances, but then it was something for her heart or something like that. And that's fine, but why don't you guys say that before the fight? You know you're going to get randomly tested one day. Why not just set the record straight and say, hey, look, I'm taking this. It's for my, you know, blood. It's for my heart. But then it's until you get caught that you want to give up all these explanations. Joshua, yeah. Well, Joshua got dropped by Klitschko, and I don't like the whole narrative that Klitschko was old and it doesn't matter. You know, he wasn't. Klitschko still motherfucking Klitschko, but we saw him get hurt with Povetkin. Povetkin had him pretty hurt, nose bleeding and shit. So I would still want to see Joshua versus Wilder because I'm pretty sure all the Wilder stands would love to see Wilder do the same thing he did to everybody else to Joshua, and I'm pretty sure Joshua would love to fight or Wilder as a comeback fight, and to maybe, you know, how monumental would it be if Joshua came back, fought Wilder, and then won? Imagine I don't think he would win, but imagine if he would. It would be like bring him back to the, you know, to the heavyweight division. They would probably stop the fight before it happened, and he didn't. They think hiding. Wait, I'm confusion. They would stop what fight? I'm confused. I just talk too much. You guys know this. But guys, Arturo Cancio versus Alvarado was a really good fight. The co-main event too, Manny Robles versus Shu Khan, I believe. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, but it was a really good. They were really good fights. A big day for Nicaragua because in this date, but I believe in 1970 something, was it? I wrote it down. The first Nicaraguan champion won at the Forum. So today's date, but like 43 years ago or something like that, there was the first Nicaraguan champion. And then now Alvarado avenged his loss to Cancio in the same day and became Nicaraguan world champion. So that's cute. That's huge. Coincidence like that tripped me out because I'm like, that's so weird, right? Like 43 or something years ago, the first Nicaraguan champion, you know, was crowned, and then now he avenges his loss because he lost by knockout to Arturo Cancio in 2015, and he's like, no, okay, let's get a rematch, and now he's a champion. Like that shit's like the universe works weird ways. Speaking about banned substances and speaking about it before they fight. Oh yeah, they probably would. Yeah, you're right. If they say, hey, I'm taking this as a higher ups, would probably be like. Josh don't want that Wilder fight. Way too dangerous. The cat is out of the bag on Mr. Glass. You know what? It's weird because Anthony Joshua, he's everything for, you know, Olympic style type of fights. But I think with the pros, it's a little bit different. And he was fighting B+ level guys because I don't want to say his resume wasn't good because he fought really good fights. But you could tell that, you know, once he got with like Parker, who's also kind of like B level, he kind of wasn't the same. And after the Klitschko fight, I feel like he lost a lot of his aggressiveness, his hunger to like kind of, you know, he didn't feel the same to me after his fight against Klitschko, even though I must admit his fight against Klitschko is probably one of my favorite fights of like all time. I have a lot of favorite fights of all time, but that's one of them. What did you think about Leo Santa Cruz? To be honest, I wasn't really watching it because, again, the co-main between the Chinese Chu Khan and Manny Robles was really good, but I didn't feel like I was missing anything. I kept turning to the iPad and nothing was going on. What happened? What happened with Leo? Did he look good? Did he get he got a decision, right? You're in my town. What's up? Let's kick it. Yeah, I'm in India right now. I don't like taquaches. But yes, I'm in India right now, my Fantasy Springs. We just covered the fight. When I tell you guys it's fucking dead here, it's fucking dead here. I'm probably the only bitch here. This is the media room. And I was just finishing up my article, and it was basically done. I was just waiting for Golden Boy to send the pictures, and they took fucking forever. So I got the pictures. I posted up the article. So again, if you didn't watch the Cancio fight, Alvarado fight, I have a story on it on ChicanaBoxing.com. It's not even long, guys. I didn't make it long. I know y'all don't like to read, so I didn't make it long, and I put lots of pictures in there for you, so you guys can feel like, hey, there's pictures here. It's like a picture book, you know. It was a really good fight, and it got knocked out really well in his first round. Wait, what fight was good? Leo's fight was close? Ooh, please give me the tea. Hello, Arturo. Thank you for coming into the live. You're always here. Thank you. Thank you once again for awesome boxing covers. Thoughts on Mayweather coming out of retirement. Oh my God, Arturo. You know what's weird about Mayweather? Every time, I feel like he does this every time there's big fights going on. Whenever some big fights going on, and especially in Vegas, he'll come out with like some random either announcement or drama just to resort the attention back to him. Remember like when Canelo got the contract with the Zone, he like posted something like, oh, I make more money, you know. And it was like, I feel like he just does that to kind of draw attention away from big fights. Like, oh, they're paying attention to big fights, not no more, bitch, now pay attention to me. And if he does come back, I don't think it's gonna be like a real boxing match. I think he's gonna come back with like another exhibition match. If it is a boxing match, maybe against Manny Pacquiao, just like a cash grab for both of them. But I don't think that's going to happen. It might be MMA related, or didn't he have like the streaming service that's over there in is it Japan or China? Asia. I'm going to just say Asia to keep it like together. Didn't he have like some sort of thing with the streaming services over there? So it might be something that's going to be streamed on that, which only calls for maybe another exhibition match. I saw something that it was like him versus Khabib, the guy that beat McGregor. And I'm like, I mean, MMA motherfuckers will buy anything. MMA fans, no offense, MMA fans, but y'all eat everything up. Like, oh my God, like, oh, the MMA guy's gonna win. Like, no, just like the boxer would lose in MMA, MMA is always gonna lose with boxing. Like it's not gonna happen. So and I don't know, Arturo. A lot of people are saying Manny Pacquiao, but I doubt it. I don't want to see it. I mean, will I still watch it? Yeah, but come back and fight like Amir Khan. Amir Khan always wanted to fight fucking Floyd. I feel like Floyd would still be able to knock Amir Khan out. Thank you, Arturo. You guys have not noticed that Mayweather does that every time there's somebody announcing a big fight or something's going on in the boxing world. He kind of he's like, nah, I'm gonna say something and, you know, make everybody mad. Well, wasn't it when the Pacquiao Thurman fight, he put like that he was supposedly like the video that resurfaced about him talking about a rematch, but it ended up being old. I don't know. Yeah, he's gonna fight a UFC fighter, right? I knew a chick that has green eyebrows but is dead now, so never mind. That's dark. Floyd and knocking anyone out. Yeah, he is a great marketer, and he markets his strippers much more than he markets his own fighters. And nothing against strippers, because I love me some strippers. I'm all pro strippers, pro sex work. Do you, boo? But he does promote his strip club way more than he promotes any of his fighters, and that's just the tea. That's just the tea. That's just the tea. Even though, you know, he did have really good, at first, a good relationship with Tank, and he was talking nice stuff about Tank. But even then, didn't when Tank become champion and they interviewed Floyd in the ring, he's like, oh, well, when I was younger, no, when I was his age, I was already much more accomplished. Didn't he say that at one point too, even though he was trying to build up Tank? He was still kind of like low-key throwing shade at him, saying that he had already done much more than Tank had done at that age. I don't know. Fights only happens to all these girls out here daily. What girl? Oh, the strippers? Hey, do you, boo. How about Canelo Mayweather? Canelo versus Mayweather, the rematch. That I feel like that would sell like fucking pancakes. That would sell like pan dulce. The Mexican casuals, oof. That would fucking sell out. I feel like those tickets to those fights would be so expensive. You should work for Collections Chicana. You make bank. Is that what his strip club is called? Collections? I don't know what it's called. But if Collections is a strip club, I would be a stripper. I can't dance, you guys. I look like a fucking stiff ass bitch. Like I can't. I have no stage presence. I'm sorry. I'll stick to writing, even though no one reads. But yeah, Leo Santa Cruz, underwhelming victory that he is a 4-division world champ, yet there's no notable names in his record other than Carl Frampton and Abner Mares, and he fought both of them twice. So it's like, and I don't know if you guys know that I have an interview with Leo Santa Cruz. It's in my, it's right here on YouTube. Also on ChicanaBoxing.com. And he says, oh, I want to move up to I moved up to 130 because at 126 I wasn't getting the fights that I wanted because of the promoters and blah, 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 right? But it's like, when you look at the landscape at 130, he's going to have the same problem. He needs to stop blaming his promoter or, the whole A-side, B-side thing. I don't know what it is, but he can't say that that's why he moved up because, again, he's going to have the same problem. Who are the champions at 130? Berchelt, ESPN, Top Rank. Jamel Herring, ESPN, Top Rank. Who else is on 130? Warrington, who's DAZN, right? Isn't Warrington is in the UK and he's DAZN? No, wait, Warrington's 126. No, never mind. Who else is at 130? Someone's on DAZN 130. Who is a 130 champion from DAZN at 1? Terran Farmer. Duh, Terran Farmer, 130. Terran Farmer won't even fucking, come on. So who is he gonna fight? Oscar Valdez, who also recently moved up, and they supposedly been wanting to fight each other since they were both at 126, also Top Rank. So now the narrative is that he's going to fight Tank. So him versus Tank because, they're both PBC, and it's like at 135 or I don't know, but it's like, I feel like that would be Leo just, I hate to say this because Leo is the nicest guy, and he's much more than just a Mexican brawler. He does have really good defense, but he literally, I feel like this is it. Like, he's going to cash out on a Tank card, give it his best, and if he gets knocked out, that's it, and he gets knocked out, and that's it. But I don't know why the fight against Gary Russell didn't happen. They're both PBC. They were both only fighting once a year. They were both fighting mandatories that didn't mean shit. So it's like, why are you guys not fighting each other if you're both PBC? You're both fucking champions. You're both same weight class. And fighting nobodies and fighting once a year. What's the fucking problem here? Arturo, and also I want you to put this out. There's a heads up, I guess, but Eli Sepek is the Vlad TV about. What's Vlad TV? Can you explain that to me? Just a warning, folks. What's Vlad TV? Please go on, Arturo, because I don't know what Vlad TV is. Yo, what's happening to Timothy Bradley? Is he retiring from boxing? Bradley's been retired. Or are you talking about, is he not going to be a commentator anymore? I don't know. Is Oscar Valdez fighting anytime soon? Oscar Valdez is fighting, I believe, in the next couple weeks, right? Or did he just fight? I think he's fighting soon, this month. I think he's fighting this month or next month. I know Oscar Valdez is fighting because they put it. Let me see. I have an email. But yeah, he's fighting, so let me double check. He's fighting. I don't know if this month or next. Let's see. I believe Leo versus Tank should be co-main, a Wilder Ruiz or a Canelo versus Triple G. Did you guys see that PBC's making their own belts? Like, that's the last thing boxing needs. More motherfucking belts. Like, are you kidding me? And then that's what they said. They're like, oh, November 30th, Oscar Valdez is gonna fight. Yeah. Yeah, Oscar Valdez versus Andres Gutierrez. and Carl Frampton. See, that's another thing. Carl Frampton and Oscar Valdez are both fighting in the same card. Why the fuck don't they just fight each other? Oscar Valdez versus Carl Frampton would smack. That fight would be so good. And they're fighting in the same card, fighting against other people who, no offense, no one knows, or no one knows who these guys are. Why don't they just fight each other? I don't understand. He's right about Ellie and Vlad TV. What's Vlad TV? Vlad TV interview a bunch of people. People on YouTube, rappers, actors, bunch of... Hey, he may ask stupid questions and cringy questions, but it works and people get views and he makes a lot of money, so whatever works for him. I don't knock nobody's hustle. You know, it is what it is. It be like that sometimes, guy. It's kind of discouraging for people like me. Like, I just graduated journalism school. Boxing's not the only thing I write. I write a lot of other, like, news-related things for local publications. But it is discouraging to see that it's like, oh, well, you do things the right, ethical way, or you do things and it's like, it doesn't matter because people don't like to read. People don't like original content. They just like shit that's recycled or just dumb questions. Like, that's, people like that. So I don't knock his hustle. He found a way to appeal to his audience, and he's making bank, and he's, you know, recognized. So I don't knock his hustle. Good for him. There's an audience for everyone, you know. I don't have anything against him. I never really talked to him, but I don't, you know, hate him or dislike him. But I didn't know what Vlad TV was. I agree hard with the Wilder's identification bringing the belts. Vlad interviews pretty much everyone. He's an annoying Russian dude who thinks with the... Dang, why don't I know these people? Vlad TV is a YouTube channel. Vlad is a Jewish guy that covers hip-hop and other topics. Suspect, in my opinion. See, but I don't know what is it with this guy. Look at the Schmo, too. You guys know the Schmo? To me, he's fucking obnoxious. Like, again, nothing against him of his hustle, but to me, he's obnoxious. But it sells and people like it, and people don't just want the boring no, they want like someone with attitude and to be, but you can never win. Like, when I think in my Harrison interview, my interview with Tony Harrison, people are like, oh, you clearly want him to win. You're like, just because I laughed when he said that Charlo's a bitch ass n-word or hoe ass n-word, and like, but it took me by surprise because no one cusses during interviews. It's rare that fighters cuss like that. So I'm like, huh, you know, I laughed because and people are like, oh, you clearly want him to win. Oh, you're dissing Charlo. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, and meanwhile, there's other people over here acting fucking crazy and no one cares. Like, it's weird. You can never win. It's a hit or miss. You can't please everybody. Someone commented like a huge ass comment talking about, oh, you have blue hair. How are you not professional? And it's like, yo, it's blue hair. It's just hair. If you want like some vanilla stuff, go watch some vanilla stuff. Like, that's why YouTube is so easy for you to click in and click out or dislike or whatever. But if you don't like it, you can opt out and watch something with a girl with normal hair. Like, it's not that deep. You guys, not you guys, but just in general, it's not that deep. You know, that's why YouTube is for like creators, because you can create your own content and not necessarily have to look a certain way or something like that, you know? Sorry, that was a big rant, but... well, yeah, again, at least step back, I have nothing against. People say Vlad TV is a fez because of the type of questions he asked. Hello, Gene Starwin. The Schmo is that I don't say the N-word. Why do you say the N-word? You're Mexican. That's corny. Harrison lost the first fight. I think he lost too the first time. But the judges apparently all saw the same thing. Culture vultures. I didn't know the color. We here to determine your level of professional. And that's the thing, Aaron. It's 2019, so I assume like no one cared. I assume that like it's 2019 and you're still bothered by like colorful hair and like tattoos and stuff, like you must have sex in a missionary position for the sole purpose of procreation. Like, who cares? I didn't know that meant anything, but apparently it still does. Charlo versus Harrison. I think Charlo does beat Harrison the second time around if he doesn't get too emotional, because he's very emotional. And you guys, I don't know if you guys saw the Thank you so much, Christopher. I don't know if you guys saw the press conference for Charlo versus Harrison. Oof. When Harrison told Charlo, oh, Jermel is the one that is not Jamal. Jamal is the one that beats your ass. I bet. Like, he's the good one. You're the shitty twin brother. Like, I bet he used to beat your ass. I was like, because we know, like, we don't have to be twins to know that there's always competition with twins. You know, twins may love each other and shit, but there's always competition. So when Harrison took it there, when he's like, oh, I could tell that, you know, it's your brother who is the good fighter, and I bet he used to beat your ass. I'm like, everybody was like, oh my God. And then he said something about the coke, and I'm like, Like, it was, Harrison's in his head. So I do think that Charlo is going to come out and just swing to, like, knock him the fuck out. But you know, you can't get too emotional during fights sometimes, or else you're going to get knocked the fuck out. Thank you so much. The camera guy for Fight Hype's actually my best friend. His name's Matt, so he does awesome work. I'm not too friends with Marcos because he's childish, but regardless, I love it. He is a great guy. He does has really good questions. I'm barely getting started, guys. This is like I've only been doing this for a year, so I am trying to be more consistent with my work. But it is, again, you know, it depends, because people don't like the hair. People don't like that it's a girl. Sometimes if I'm in the interview, people comment on me and not on, like, the fight, so or the fight or the fighter. So what do you guys, your feedback? Should I be in the interview, or should I just take the interview, like, away, just the fighter alone? Because I notice mixed things. Like, when it's just the fighter, they're like, oh, why are you not on the camera like all these other girls? And then when I am, it's like either telling me that I'm fat or that my hair is blue, and why the fuck am I look like some weirdo. So it's like, okay, I feel like once I step into the camera, it takes away from the fighter, and I don't want to do that. You know, this channel is, yeah, I'll go live every now and then and rant or do, I'm gonna start doing like the little recaps that I used to do every Monday. I'm gonna do it again because I finally got the adapter that I needed for my MacBook. But again, it's mostly I want to keep it on interviews and fighters, and then me coming on here and talking about it. But I don't want the channel to be me, you know, just me. So what are your thoughts? It's the content's for you guys. What do you think is gonna make you guys kind of, you know, tell your friends, hey, you know, this girl with blue hair, she has a really cool boxing channel. Keep doing the interviews, be in the camera, be in the interview. Let the haters say, you do you. Can you do a private Snapchat? You know what I was thinking? You know how when the whole private Snapchat started coming up, I'm like, what if I make a private Snapchat, but instead of me taking nudes, it's me going from gym to gym and asking the fighters there to pop me in the mouth one time. No, not in the mouth, but like, I'll like put on headgear and stuff, and I'll spar them. And I'll tell them, like, go easy on me, even though they might not go easy on me. And that's my private Snapchat. Like, my premium. It's premium Snapchat, not private. Premium Snapchat, only instead of nudes, it's me sparring with, like, fighters in the gym. And them knocking me out every day. $10.99, cheaper than the Zone. No, I would never do that. I mean, I might do it, but, you know. Hello, Gem J Border Wars. See, oh, another comment I got from my Harrison interview. They're like, oh, you mentioned this wrong, or they made fun of a word I said. I think I said assess, but I said it wrong. And he's like, oh, ha ha ha, like you said this weird. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you guys know, but Spanish is my first language. English is my second language. I was born in Mexico, and I was brought here at 8 years old. So I was not like a baby when I came here. I did not learn English right away. I was in school. I didn't know English. I still don't know how to pronounce a lot of words. So if you do catch me, you know, mispronouncing certain words, or just they sound funny, it's because of that. It's because I'm not born. I wasn't born here in the U.S. I didn't learn English as a baby. I still struggle with a lot of words. So just a heads up before you guys comment, ha ha, that bitch said this wrong or something. I think you have a great idea with making a fighter name. They have the face, something identifier channel, something. Yeah, see, I think, okay, so I'm gonna state it, and whenever people comment that, I'm like, some people are like, oh, you're fat. Other people are like, oh, your body's cute, but your face is ugly. And other people, I seriously laugh when I read these because I'm like, how do people are so mean. Also English better, most people speak native. You're doing fine. Thank you. My writing is better, but there's so many words that I can't pronounce. Like especially with the R's. Like there's a lot of words with like R's that I can't pronounce. Like turtle, like turtle, so hard for me to pronounce. I'd help you with your English if we were classmates. Well, it's just pronouncing things. TStreet Controversy is the very best unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, but I enjoy Billy Ho Saunders. TStreet's Controversy, I think I used to follow him on Twitter, but he would tweet about how like his baby mama has him child support and all this shit, and I'm like, this is not for me. Oh, isn't TStreet Controversy the guy that's fighting with the Fred guy? What's it called? Barbershop Conversation, right? They both have like beef, right? I see them both at like media things, and everybody's fighting with that Barbershop Conversation guy. No one likes him. I don't know him like that, but I know that everybody fights with him. Marcos from Fight Hub was fighting with him one day too. Black TV is not in the interviews, so it very depends on how you do. Mia, remember that video? I like turtles. Yeah, he's always tweeting about how his baby mama has him on child support or something like that, and he doesn't want to pay, and it's like, what are your thoughts on Mayweather and Khabib? So, Victor, is that legit? Is that like, how do you say it? Is that like already official? Is Mayweather fighting Khabib? Because I saw it, but you know, nowadays you see everything online and everybody tries to be first at doing things, but they're not really accurate. So who knows? I mean, Mayweather, he's gonna make money whether people hate on him or not. So again, I don't knock people's hustle. That's just, if that's what he wants to be remembered as, because yes, the boxing people are gonna remember Pretty Boy Floyd, but they're not everyone's gonna care after that. You know, you can have like a badass first half of your career, and then if the second one's kind of, I don't want to say bad, because he dominated his opponents and he is who he is, and he's one of the best defensive fighters of our era, one of the best of all time. So I don't want to sound like a hater with Mayweather, because he is who he is, and he's a legend of his own. But people are not going to remember him in good terms for the most part, I believe, especially in his last not the guy, but if Khabib actually fights him, that's a body bag. But it's going to be boxing, right? I don't think Khabib can beat Mayweather at boxing. He can beat them at the MMA stuff, but I don't think they're doing MMA, right? You going to Saudi Arabia? Gem, if I went to Saudi Arabia looking like this, I would get stoned to death the minute I onboarded. I don't think I would go to Saudi Arabia. Besides, I feel like the media there in Saudi Arabia is going to be heavily UK media. So I don't think they would give us like any room to actually be there. So no, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia. I'm going to be watching from home con unas chelitas, una carnita asada. Yeah, if it's boxing, I don't think it's going to be Khabib victory. She's really the most in-depth guy in boxing, in my opinion. Put aside the baby mama drama and domestic violence. Oh, he battered her? Give me the tea. Traveling in Saudi Arabia was mad hard, even with visas. And you know what the thing is, Aaron? When we got the email for the applications, I got the email and it said, oh, here's the credential application for the rematch, AJ and Ruiz. And I saw it and it said, don't make travel arrangements until you know you've been approved. We usually don't find out if we're approved for a fight or not up until the week before. Shit, I found out I was gonna cover this fight on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I got the email from Golden Boy like, you're approved to cover Cancio versus Alvarado too. And I'm like, okay, I guess now I have to go. I thought I wasn't gonna have to come because I thought they didn't accept me. And then anyway, so imagine planning a whole ass trip to Saudi Arabia in like a week, and the flights are probably so goddamn expensive. Like, that shit don't make no fucking sense to me. So no, it's all gonna be UK media. But Thank you so much, Flipmo. I'm very proud. I just graduated in May, so I'm gonna try as soon as the new year starts, get into the rhythm of doing things consistently. But you guys have a good night. I'm literally the only bitch here, literally like the only fucking bitch here. And everybody's gone. People are like already taking the ring apart. But you guys have a great night. There's no one here. I'm gonna go have a beer. How the fuck do I get out of here? I'm gonna go have a beer and guys, I'm lost. Oh, it's over here. I'm gonna go have a beer and then head home because the drive home is 2 hours. Maybe less now that it's no traffic, hopefully. But the drive home is 2 hours. So you guys go read my article on ChicanaBoxing.com. And even if you don't read it, just like scroll through it, look at the pictures and shit. All right, guys, have a good night. I'm gonna talk to Virgil because Virgil and I are really cool. I'm gonna DM him and be like, hey, can I come in? So expect that in the next week because his fight's like December 13th, I believe. So expect that. I'll talk to Virgil, try to get an interview, and I'll post it on here. All right, you guys? Have a good night. I don't know how to end this. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.